it on the head with flying branches in our parking lot, and branches were coming off of trees, and acorns were coming off of trees. Ouch! Ouch! Yes, right. But you know, having all those sticks blowing at me reminded me of an Aesop fable. Well, a story told a long time ago by a storyteller.
I know. Is it the one about sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Well, no, that's an old saying, not a story. But I don't know if I believe that anyway, because I think words have hurt me in the past.
Yeah. Right there. But what is the story that the sticks reminded you of?
Well, here's the story. When those sticks were hitting me, I thought of the story. A long time ago, there was a man who had 10 children. And he loved them very much. He was pretty proud of them. But one thing about them made him sad. They didn't get along with each other. They argued with each other, and after they had grown up and moved away to their own homes and had their own jobs, they never took the time to visit with each other. And he was worried that if his children ever got sick and needed help and wanted some support, if he was not around, who would they go to for support or comfort if their brother and sister would show up for him?
That is sad.
Yeah. So in the story, finally, he is on his deathbed. He's getting ready to end his life, and he invites all his children to come and visit him for a final visit because he has one thing he wants to leave with them. They come in, and he hands the oldest child a bundle of little skinny sticks. And he says, try to break that. Yeah.
That's hard.
It is hard. They look like such skinny little sticks, but when they're in a bundle, it's really hard. So then the man says, okay, and he takes one stick out of the bundle, and he says, try to break that.
Well, that broke really easily.
Right, that is easy. Now try the bundle again, with one less stick in it.
I still can't do it. So when all the sticks are together,
yeah,
you can't break them.
Right. And this reminded me of the day that all those sticks were blowing through the wind, because sometimes I feel like one of those sticks blowing in the wind, like the world is just full of winds and storms, and I'm just one skinny little stick that can be blown around or even broken. I feel that way sometimes if there's something really hard that I'm supposed to learn and I don't get it and I feel a little stupid.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I feel that way if there's something I need to tell somebody, but I'm afraid it's going to make them mad at me. I feel then like I might be broken.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes if there's somebody that's being mean to you and you look around and you're all by yourself, you feel a little weak or not able to withstand it. So what can make somebody feel stronger when those things happen?
When we find other people to help us to stand together, it gives us courage and support.
Just like that bundle of sticks, it's harder to break us when we're together. Singly, we break easily, but together, we are strong. Well, it is with great joy and pleasure that we are welcoming to our congregation today Lindy Garnette, the Executive Director of Metro DC PFLAG, Parents and Friends and Family of Lesbians and Gays. And it's wonderful to have you here to tell us something about what has inspired you to lead the life you do. Lindy, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy Coming Out Day. Happy Equality March Day. Happy the President talked about our organization and the mission of PFLAG in his speech last night at HRC Day. I would be remiss if I didn't say first that I really want to thank you as a congregation and as a people for the support and relationship that you've had with Metro DC PFLAG over many years now. Your generous support is greatly appreciated, and we enjoy our relationship with you all. And for that, I'm very grateful and thankful. My name is Lindy Garnette, and I am the Executive Director of Metro DC PFLAG. And I wanted to tell you this morning that I believe that PFLAG equals love and that love equals equality. My grandmother was a genteel Southern woman with a little feisty streak in her. Her 3 granddaughters were perfection in her eyes, and those feelings were mutual. She bought me my first cowboy boots because she understood that I had to have them. She rescued me from the tree that my sisters tied me to playing cowboys and Indians. She let me order banana splits even though she knew I couldn't eat all of it. She took me to work with her at the hardware store and proudly introduced me to all of her friends. She watched with great enthusiasm, or feigned enthusiasm anyway, as I practiced my gymnastic moves, or my French horn, or read her my latest masterpiece. She put tires on my car so that I would be safe, and she never said a word when I brought home my female partner to visit, as she showed us to the guest room for the night. We didn't use the word gay early on. We talked about relationships. She always wanted to know that I was happy and frequently reminded me that I deserved only the best. When my partner and I had our first child, my grandmother welcomed her great-granddaughter with open arms. She proudly displayed our family photo. My mother, me and my female partner, my sister and her female partner, my other sister and her female partner, and all of our children. There was nowhere I felt more loved or accepted than when I was with my grandmother. My younger sister officially outed us all in a late-night kitchen meeting. She bumped into my grandmother, who was visiting, as she was returning from a late-night date, and she was a little tipsy. As my grandmother began to chastise her for being intoxicated and being late, my sister blurted out, "Well, you're just going to have to accept that I'm gay, and so are the girls." Without missing a beat, my grandmother quietly said, "Oh, I've always known that, but just because you're gay doesn't mean you have to be irresponsible." Actually, she used a little stronger word, but this is church, so. My grandmother was active and independent well into her 90s, and for the last 8 months of her life, she lived with my sister and her family as we all cared for her increasing needs. As we tenderly dried, powdered, fed, and caressed her failing body, we all knew that she was what love is all about. She died at 93 in her bedroom at my sister's house with my sister and her partner at her side. The family pew at the funeral home appeared strange to many. Me and my female partner and our 2 oldest children, my sister and her female partner, my other sister and her female partner, my mother and her closest female friend. But that strangeness melted away as we all 3 in turn eulogized the grandmother we adored and who adored her 3 gay granddaughters. At the end, numerous people said to us, "I'm going home and let my grandchildren know that I love them unconditionally. If only my grandchildren could come to love me the way the 3 of you loved your grandmother." The love in that funeral home that day was palpable. That day, many people saw past sexual orientation to the love of a family. That day, there were people who would be willing to accept a gay child or a grandchild if they could feel the love that our family shares. My grandmother died in June of 2006, and in September of 2006, I started working for Metro DC PFLAG as a tribute to my grandmother and my family. When my little white-haired grandmother would extol the virtues of her 3 gay granddaughters, often her friends would express envy at the relationship she shared with those granddaughters. They were caught up in love, not gayness. PFLAG works to make these relationships happen, to help families know that their love can and must transcend sexual orientation and gender identity. Today, on Coming Out Day, it's possible for me to be out and proud because of my grandmother, the strong support of my family, and of people like you. Today, as I participate in the Rally for Equality, my grandmother's spirit stands proudly with me. I hope today and every day that you will stand proud with your children, your grandchildren, your GLBT brothers and sisters, and let America know that love equals equality. And I hope today that you will find it possible to share some of your hard-earned resources to keep Metro DC PFLAG's work alive and to help me honor the best grandmother in the world.
Your love keeps lifting me.